You already know that what you eat matters, but what you put on your body? That matters just as much, maybe even more. Because your skin, that thing you drag through every shower, every workout, every late night and early morning, isn't just a barrier between you and the world. It's an organ, the largest one you've got, and it's absorbing everything you feed it. Most people don't realize this, but up to 60% of what you put on your skin can actually enter your bloodstream within just 26 seconds. 26 seconds. That's less time than it takes to check your notifications. Think about that the next time you lather up with a neon blue body wash you grabbed from the clearance shelf. Cut to our host standing in a minimalist clean bathroom. He's holding a bottle of standard commercial body wash, flipping it over to reveal the label. Sodium lauryl sulfate, cocamidopropylbutane, fragrance, propylene glycol, he reads aloud, his eyebrows slowly lifting. Ever wonder why half the ingredients in your shower gel sound like they belong in a lab instead of your shower? Here's the hard truth. Most mainstream body washes are made with petroleum byproducts, artificial foaming agents, and synthetic fragrances that companies don't even have to fully disclose. Fragrance, by the way, is an industry loophole that can legally contain thousands of unnamed chemicals, many of which have never been tested for long-term exposure on human skin. While you're trying to wash away the grime of the day, your soap might be doing the opposite, drying out your skin, clogging your pores, disrupting your hormones, and leaving behind a residue of chemical junk your body never asked for. Now, let's flip the story. Our host puts the plastic bottle down and picks up a bar of Dr. Squatch pine tar soap. It looks raw, rugged, natural, like it was carved from a tree trunk and blessed by forest gods. What if, he says, you could actually pronounce every ingredient in your soap and know exactly what each one does for your body? Cut to slow, sensual footage of ingredients being prepared, creamy shea butter scooped into a wooden bowl, coconut oil glistening under sunlight as it drips from a cracked shell, crystals of sea salt scattering across a natural soap block, smoke curling up from a bubbling pot of sticky black pine tar. Let's start with shea butter. Rich, golden, and loaded with vitamins A, E, and F. It doesn't just moisturize, it heals. It's the secret behind that silky soft lather you feel when Squatch soap hits wet skin. And unlike artificial emollients, shea butter feeds your skin exactly what it needs, leaving you moisturized without that greasy afterfeel. Next comes coconut oil, nature's antibacterial powerhouse. It cleans deeply, stripping away excess oil and bacteria, but without torching your skin's natural barrier. No more tightness, no more flaking, just clean, nourished, balanced skin. Then there's sea salt, not just for French fries or margaritas. In the right amount, it acts as a natural exfoliant, gently scrubbing away dead skin, unclogging pores, and leaving your body feeling fresh and new. Unlike plastic microbads, which don't break down and pollute our oceans, sea salt is Earth's original scrub brush, 100% biodegradable, zero guilt. And then, of course, pine tar, the crown jewel of the Squatch scent lineup. It's been used for centuries to treat skin conditions like eczema, psoriasis, and dry patches. It's smoky. It's primal. It smells like a Viking campfire and leaves you feeling like you've just chopped down a redwood tree with your bare hands. As the camera pans across a foamy soap demonstration, the host continues. Some folks think natural soap doesn't lather well. That's a myth. A lie, even. He dips his hand into a bowl of water and rubs the Squatch bar. In seconds, thick, luxurious bubbles climb up his fingers. The secret is saponification, a traditional process where natural oils are mixed with lye to create true soap. The best part? It produces glycerin, a natural humectant that hydrates your skin and keeps moisture locked in. Cut to a real customer testimonial. Jordan, 34, stands in a garage filled with tools. I used to itch after every shower, he says. I thought it was just my skin. Turns out it was junk I was putting on it. Once I switched to Squatch, the itch was gone in a week. Another voice chimes in, Chris, a 28-year-old coder. The first time I used pine tar, I actually said whoa in the shower. Out loud. No lie. It was that good. Then comes Sam, a father of 3. He smiles at the camera. My kids used to avoid my hugs. Now my 6-year-old says I smell like a treehouse. The host returns. Your skin is smart and it's forgiving. In just 7 days, it can start to reset. That means less irritation, fewer bumps, healthier texture. And yeah, you'll smell pretty damn amazing too. The camera slowly zooms in on the pine tar bar resting on the edge of a stone sink. Water trickles down. Natural light hits the label. If you're ready to ditch the drugstore sludge and finally treat your skin like it deserves to be treated, start with something simple. 1 bar, 1 shower, 1 honest change. Grab a Dr. Squatch starter bundle today. 3 cents. 1 mission. To bring real ingredients back into your life and into your skin. The music swells. The logo appears. The tagline drops. Dr. Squatch. Feel like a man. Smell like a champion. Fade to black. Every man has a mirror moment. That split second in the morning where you wonder, am I tired or am I just worn out? Is this who I've become or just who I've settled into? It's never really about the soap, but sometimes a small change is what wakes you up. Cut to Jordan. He's 34. He's got a truck with cracked leather seats, calloused hands, and a schedule that runs on dust, sweat, and black coffee. Construction is his life. He builds homes. He builds muscle. But for the longest time, he couldn't build comfort. I used to come home from work and shower just to feel human again, Jordan says, standing in his backyard, dogs barking in the background. But then I'd itch. Like crazy. Shoulders, arms, back. I tried switching detergents, changing towels. Nothing worked. Thought it was just my skin. Dry. Sensitive. Whatever. Turns out it was the soap. Cheap crap that stripped me raw. Jordan says he found Dr. Squatch through an ad he almost skipped. That guy with the long hair yelling about chemicals. I thought it was a joke, but I was desperate. Ordered pine tar. First wash, it felt different. A week later, no itching. Skin felt clean, not squeaky, just clean. The scene transitions. Crisp audio fades into a city soundscape. Car horns, street chatter, espresso machine steaming. A new voice enters. Chris, 28. Software engineer, lives downtown. Daily life is a screen. Digital chaos. Deadlines. Group chats. And a secret insecurity he never talks about. I always had these little bumps on my shoulders and chest. Back, I guess. Not full breakouts, just enough to make me keep my shirt on at the pool. I work out. I eat clean. But nothing fixed it. He walks through his minimalist apartment, a bar of Dr. Squatch cold moss in his hand. My girlfriend actually made the switch first. I thought it was just another one of her clean living things, but her skin looked amazing. So I tried it. Within a week, the bumps started to fade. After 2 weeks, they were gone. Chris looks off camera. There's a beat. It's more than soap. It's feeling comfortable in my skin for the first time in years. Back to voiceover, smooth, confident. Men don't always talk about confidence. Not the quiet kind. The kind that doesn't need approval. The kind that shows up in how you stand, how you speak, how you move through the world. But the truth is, it starts in the small places. Like the shower. We meet Sam, 41. Husband. Father of 3. Former middle school math teacher turned home-based freelancer. Sam is standing in his kitchen in a beat-up hoodie, a toddler tugging at his sleeve. I've tried all the dad soaps, he laughs. 5-in-1 bottles, hair to toe, stuff that smells like blue Gatorade. You get what you pay for, and what I got was dry skin, 0 scent, and my wife saying I smelled like a gym bag. Is Dr. Squatch bar of choice? Bay rum. It smells like a warm island breeze hit a whiskey barrel, Sam says. Now, my wife hugs me longer. My kids randomly say, Daddy, you smell like a treehouse. I'm not trying to be fancy. I'm just trying to not smell like sadness. Footage shifts to real social media clips, guys holding up their Squatch boxes, girlfriends sniffing soap bars, couples laughing in unboxing videos. A voiceover continues. This isn't marketing. This is real life. These are real people who made a simple switch from artificial to authentic, from cheap filler to natural power, from hiding their skin to showing up as themselves. Science and scent, routine and ritual. It's not just about being clean, it's about feeling seen, feeling like you again. The camera moves slowly across a bar of cedar citrus resting on a wooden soap dish. Steam rises from a nearby shower. We hear ambient water running, a moment of stillness. Then the voice returns. Maybe it starts as just another product. But if it makes you pause for one moment, if it reminds you that you deserve to feel fresh, grounded, alive, then it's more than soap. It's a signal that you're coming back to yourself. Because the world doesn't always give men permission to care for their skin, but Dr. Squatch does, without shame, without fluff. Just natural ingredients, real results, and a damn good scent to go with it. Final shot. 3 used bars of soap sitting side by side, worn down but not wasted. A pine branch rests next to one. A drop of coconut oil glistens beside another. Fade to black. Dr. Squatch. Real soap for real guys. Then a subtle beat. One last line before the scene ends. Real. Skin. Real stories. Yours could be next. There's something about scent that pulls us back. To a place. To a memory. To a version of ourselves we thought we'd forgotten. One breath. That's all it takes. You felt it. That moment when a single smell brings something back to life. A forest trail, a summer storm, the warmth of someone's sweater. But this isn't just nostalgia. It's biology. Cut to a slow zoom in on the brain, animated, glowing softly. The olfactory bulb lights up. Unlike any other sense, your sense of smell is wired directly to the limbic system, the part of your brain responsible for memory, emotion, even instinct. While sight and sound take a more logical path, scent goes straight to the heart of who you are. That's why the way you smell affects how you feel, long before you even notice it. The host appears now, casual, confident, standing beside a shelf of Dr. Squatch soaps. "Let me show you something," he says, holding up a bar of Birchwood Breeze. This isn't just soap. It's a mood shift, a mindset. It's clean wood, cool air, a sharp edge of confidence. Not the chemical kind you find in department stores. The kind you wear when you're in your element. Cut to a man stepping out of a shower, towel around his waist. Steam fills the mirror. He wipes it away and smiles slightly, not at his reflection, but at the way he feels. Lighter, sharper, more himself. Back to voiceover. Here's the deal. You can wear the right clothes, hit the gym, check off every box in your morning routine. But if you don't smell right, if the scent isn't working with you, it works against you. Scent affects mood. Mood affects behavior. And behavior shapes identity. This isn't marketing. It's science. Dr. Alan Hirsch, a neurologist and psychiatrist who studies the psychology of scent, found that men who wore natural woodsy fragrances were rated as more confident and attractive by both men and women compared to those wearing a synthetic scent or none at all. Confidence isn't a cologne. It's chemistry. It starts the moment you step into the shower. Cut to a visual experiment. Blindfolded volunteers are given 2 soap samples. One is a generic, artificial scented gel. The other, Dr. Squatch's pine tar. Without hesitation, they point to Squatch. "This one smells real," one man says, "like firewood in fresh air." Another adds, "This just feels better." The host laughs. We hear that a lot. Then a fast-paced scene, a man getting ready in the morning. He showers with bay rum. He buttons his shirt, runs a hand through his beard, walks out the door a little taller, a little more certain. Because here's what scent does. It primes you. You walk into a room, and before you even speak, people sense something. You're not just clean. You're grounded, awake. You smell like someone who knows who he is. Back to the host, now walking through a farmer's market, passing by citrus, cedarwood, lavender. Dr. Squatch doesn't use lab-created fresh or cool blast nonsense, he says. We use essential oils, real plant extracts, the kind of ingredients that actually come from somewhere. As he walks, words appear on screen. Cedarwood, calming, grounding bergamot, mood-boosting, energizing sandalwood, sensual, earthy, masculine. This isn't about being someone you're not, he says. It's about smelling like who you are at your best. We now see a man out on a date, sitting across the table from someone he cares about. He leans in. She smiles. Not because of his cologne, but because of the quiet confidence he carries from the inside out. Because here's the real truth. Confidence isn't loud. It doesn't shout. It doesn't need approval. It just is. And it begins with the choices no one else sees, like what you use in the shower. Cut to a soft, thoughtful scene, a father kneeling beside his son, tying his shoes. He smells of crisp forest and warm spice. His son hugs him. The father closes his eyes and breathes in. This, he thinks, is who I want to be remembered as. Voiceover continues steady. You may not remember every word someone says to you, but you will remember how they smelled, how they made you feel, the energy they carried. It's not magic. It's nature. It's your brain. It's you. The screen fades into the Dr. Squatch logo. Feel like a man. Smell like a champion. But more than that, smell like yourself. Awake, grounded, unshakable. Because confidence isn't bought. It's built bar by bar. And the best place to start? In the shower. Every transformation starts somewhere. A single step. A quiet choice. Not for anyone else, not for applause, but for the man in the mirror. This isn't about perfection. This is about trying something different. Real. Natural. Yours. We're calling it the Squatch 7-Day Challenge. The rules? Simple. Ditch your old bottle of chemical-laced body wash, the one with ingredients that sound like a science fair project, and replace it with one Dr. Squatch bar. That's it. For 7 days. Nothing. Fancy. No filters. Just honest results. Day 1 always feels strange. The scent is bold, unfamiliar. The bar is heavier, textured, rougher than expected. You lather it up, and something clicks. It feels intentional, purposeful. Not pumped out of a factory, but crafted. Day 1. Tried the pine tar. Honestly, I didn't expect it to feel this. Legit. Skin feels smooth, not cells. And it smells like a campfire. I'm into it. Slept better last night. Don't know if it's the soap or placebo. Either way, I'll take it. By day 3, something shifts. You're no longer thinking about soap. You're noticing other things. Your skin isn't itchy. Your shoulders don't flake. The patch of rough skin on your elbow, it's softening. And that faint scent that lingers after you towel off, it's becoming a part of you. You ever smell like yourself, but better? He says, grinning. I feel like the upgraded version of me. Daddy smells like the woods, the kid says. The dad laughs. Best review I've ever gotten. By day 5, people start to notice. A coworker leans over and says, "Hey man, what cologne are you wearing?" You shrug. It's just my soap. He raises an eyebrow. Seriously? You nod. You didn't add anything. You just took something away. What is that? She asks. He replies, Bay rum. She looks impressed. Keep using it. Day 6 hits differently. You're not just washing anymore, you're resetting. Grounding. The smell of cedar citrus in the morning feels like a ritual now. You start to look forward to it. The lather, the way the bar fits in your hand, the simplicity, the quiet win before the noise of the day. You realize you started a habit, one that feels ancient and new at the same time. And then, day 7. The final mirror shot. Steam rolls down the glass again. This time, you don't wipe it right away. You stand there, breathing, letting it all sink in. You didn't just switch soap. You reclaimed your routine. In just 7 days, you reminded yourself that small choices matter. That what you put on your body affects how you carry it. That confidence isn't something you chase, it's something you build, bar by bar, day by day, not by doing more, but by doing less, better. Natural ingredients, real scent, clean conscience. You stopped washing with something you couldn't pronounce and started connecting with something you could feel. And the truth is, it doesn't stop here. Because once you felt the difference, there's no going back. The challenge isn't just to switch your soap, it's to switch your story from synthetic to authentic, from routine to ritual, from good enough to damn right. So here's the question. What could change in your life in just 7 days? Try it. No gimmicks. No complicated steps. Just one bar. 1 week. 1 you. Then tell us what happens. Because you don't need a new year, a coach, or a gym membership to start feeling better. You just need a bar of good soap. And a mirror. Fade out to the Dr. Squatch logo. Dr. Squatch. Start clean. Stay legendary. You came for the soap, but what if that was just the start? What began as a better way to shower turns into something bigger. A shift. A decision to clean up more than your skin. Because once you feel the difference real ingredients make, you start to wonder, what else in your routine is worth upgrading? Cut to a montage, a toothbrush dipped in natural toothpaste, a slick of deodorant applied before work, a lather of shampoo worked into thick hair. This isn't about adding more. It's about choosing better. You start with Dr. Squatch bar soap, handcrafted, no sulfates, no parabens, and suddenly your shampoo matters too. You trade the 3-in-1 bottle for a formula that actually respects your scalp. Tea tree, cucumber, natural oils that cleanse without stripping. You run your fingers through your hair and realize it feels alive again. Then it's deodorant. You never thought twice before, but now you read the label. Aluminum? Artificial fragrance? Nope. Dr. Squatch deodorant goes on smooth, smells rugged, and lets your skin breathe. Cedarwood. Alpine sage, fresh falls, the kind of scents that smell like the outdoors, not a locker room. You reach for toothpaste, fluoride-free, naturally whitening, no weird aftertaste, made with ingredients you can actually pronounce like peppermint oil and tea tree extract. And then something clicks. You realize you've stopped grabbing what's cheap and easy and started reaching for what's right. Cut to a man packing a gym bag. He tosses in Squatch shampoo, a deodorant stick, and a bar of soap wrapped in brown paper. The bag zips shut with purpose. Because this isn't just a hygiene routine anymore. It's your daily reset. Your way of saying, I choose quality. I choose real. I choose to care. You don't need 10 products to feel great. You just need the right ones. Natural, functional, masculine, clean. Cut to a time-lapse, morning to night. Wake, shower, work, lift, dinner, rest. Over it all, the voice continues. This is what a Squatch lifestyle looks like. No fluff, no chemicals. Just nature, confidence, and a little damn pride in the way you show up. And here's the best part. When you Squatch smarter, you save more. Bundles are built for the modern man. Get everything you need delivered when you need it. No last-minute trips. No drugstore regrets. Just products you trust shipped to your door. The more you commit, the more you save. Loyalty points, referral perks, exclusive scents. You're not just a customer. You're part of the Squatch crew now. And if it sounds like we're a little obsessed with quality, it's because we are. Because your skin deserves it. Your hair deserves it. You deserve it. Cut to the host holding a full bundle box. This right here, he says, smiling. It's not just soap. It's a standard, a promise. To smell better, feel better, and live cleaner every damn day. Final wide shot. Different men across different scenes. A guy shaving in a camper. A dad brushing his teeth while his kid watches. A runner pulling a Squatch bar from his gym bag. All part of the same story. Real men, real routines, real ingredients. Dr. Squatch, feel fresh. Stay real. Upgrade everything. That taking care of yourself is weak. That using good products makes you soft. That real men don't care what's in their soap, only that it gets the job done. But let's break that down. Because what does it really mean to be a man? Is it neglecting your skin until it cracks? Using the same plastic bottle you've used since high school? Smelling like lemon-scented Axle grease and pretending that's strength? Or is it something deeper? Cut to the host, standing shirtless under a mountain waterfall, soap in hand, lathering with purpose. Taking care of myself isn't vanity, he says. It's respect. Respect for your time, for your health, for the body that carries you through long days, hard work, and everything life throws at you. The old idea of masculinity, one that equates self-neglect with toughness, is tired, outdated, done. Modern men are redefining strength, and it doesn't come in a spray can. It comes in the daily rituals, the choices that no one else sees but you feel. Cut to a montage, a mechanic scrubbing oil off his hands with Squatch bar soap, a teacher lathering up before class, a firefighter in the locker room after a night shift. They're not pampering. They're recovering, rebuilding, showing up again tomorrow. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. Because here's the truth, when you feel better, you are better, more focused, more grounded, more powerful in your presence. Scent matters. Clean skin matters. Confidence matters. But even more than that, self-respect matters. And it starts with the simple act of choosing what goes on your skin. Cut to the host in a workshop, carving a bar of soap by hand. Our soaps aren't mass-produced, he says. They're crafted. Like good boots, like a sharp knife, like the things you rely on daily. There's pride in that. Because real men don't run from quality, they demand it. Dr. Squatch wasn't built for the lowest bidder. It was built for the man who knows he's worth more than the bargain bin. A man who reads ingredients, who asks questions, who wants to smell like the woods, not a chemical storm labeled sport. A man who values tradition, but isn't afraid to evolve. Cut to a side-by-side of two men, one squeezing blue gel from a plastic bottle, the other holding a raw, textured bar of Squatch soap. No words. Just contrast. This isn't about image. It's about intention. It's about remembering that you're not a robot built to grind and rinse and repeat. You're human. And your skin, your senses, your presence, all of it matters. So don't fall for the myth that real men don't care. The truth is, real men do. They care enough to upgrade their soap, to cleanse without compromise, to step into the world with scent, with purpose, with strength that doesn't shout, but speaks. Cut to black and white photos of generations of men, a grandfather in overalls, a father with his son on his shoulders, a young man lathering Squatch soap in a modern shower. Legacy isn't just what you leave behind. It's what you choose to carry every day. Final shot, the host, fully dressed now, standing at the edge of the same river. He looks into the camera. Being a man doesn't mean ignoring yourself, he says. It means knowing yourself and respecting what you're made of. Dr. Squatch, where masculinity meets mindfulness. And smelling good? That's just the start. Fade to logo. Soft music fades in. Dr. Squatch, real soap, hate real men. Redefined. This all started with one question. What if men expected more from their soap? Not just more lather, not just better scent, but more honesty, more quality, more connection to the natural world. Because here's the thing. We've been conditioned to settle, to accept bright blue bottles with ingredients we can't pronounce, to believe that clean means stripped, dry, and scentless, to trust that if it's on the shelf, it must be good enough. But good enough was never our mission. Dr. Squatch was built on a belief that men deserve better, better ingredients, better routines, a better reason to step into the shower. Cut to the founder in his workshop stirring oils, cutting soap bars by hand, stacking them in brown boxes stamped with the Squatch logo. We started small. One man, one bar, one belief that nature provides everything we need to thrive. And we're still rooted in that same idea. Our soaps are made using the traditional cold process method. That means no shortcuts, no compromise, no factory fluff. Just natural oils, real clays, rich butters, and pure essential scents crafted the old way because it's still the best way. Cut to a small team wrapping soaps, laughing. Then to a larger warehouse. Then to a digital screen. Orders from around the world lighting up a map. We've grown. A lot. But we never outgrew our mission. Because for every bar that ships, for every guy who ditches the chemical gel, we're rewriting the rules of what it means to be clean and what it means to be a man. Dr. Squatch isn't about selling soap. It's about showing up for yourself. It's about reclaiming your routine. It's about doing something small, really well, and letting that ripple into everything else. From the shower to your mindset, from your body to your energy, from scent to identity, every bar is a nudge to be a little more real. Cut to global customers, a Squatch bar in a jungle shower, another in a military locker room, one on a boat, one in a dorm, one in a 5-star hotel. Our community isn't a demographic. It's a mindset. Craftsmen, coders, coaches, fathers, sons, barbers, builders, hikers, thinkers, fighters, dreamers. Different lives, same decision, to use something real, to smell damn good, to stop settling. Cut to the host walking a trail. A pine tree brushes his shoulder. He holds a soap bar to the camera. This isn't about soap anymore, he says. It's about living intentionally, starting with the basics, and respecting the way you move through the world. We believe nature isn't a luxury, it's your birthright. You should smell like you belong to the earth, not a lab. You should feel proud of what you put on your skin. You should know that strong doesn't mean silent, dirty, or numb. Strong means grounded, present, clear, and yes, it smells damn good too. Final montage, flashbacks from earlier scenes. Men laughing, men breathing. Men being men, not in the commercialized sense, but in the honest, elemental way. Nature, water, fire, soap, steam. Dr. Squatch exists because someone had to say, you deserve more than cheap lather. You deserve more than synthetic scent. You deserve to feel like yourself, not someone else's formula. And we'll keep crafting, refining, evolving bar by bar until every man knows what it feels like to start the day clean, real, and unapologetically alive. Cut to black. The logo appears. Dr. Squatch, this is natural soap for the natural man. Join the mission. Start with the bar. Before it touches your skin. Before it changes your routine. Before it becomes the scent your partner leans into. The lather you crave after a long day. It begins here. With intention, with care, with a quiet craft that most people never see. Because good soap doesn't just happen, it's made. Cut to a craftsman in a Dr. Squatch workshop. He speaks directly to camera. We use the cold process method, not because it's trendy, but because it works. It keeps the nutrients alive. The oils stay rich. The lye transforms the fats into real soap. And the glycerin? We leave that in. That's the moisture your skin is begging for. Zoom in, shea butter being scooped into a vat. Coconut oil melting in a pan. Essential oils dripping into a mixing bowl like alchemy. Each batch takes weeks to cure. It can't be rushed. While most factory soaps are whipped into fluff in steel tanks, molded in minutes, and filled with artificial foamers, we let time do the work. That's why each bar has a soul. You can feel it in the grip, smell it in the strength, trust it in the results. Cut to a woman in the packaging room, stacking bay rum bars into recyclable boxes. There's pride in this, she says. I package every bar like it's going to my brother or my son, because someone out there is trusting this with their skin. That's not small. Back to voiceover. Each bar carries a story. The story of how nature still outperforms the lab. Of how doing things the right way still matters. Of how you don't need 40 chemicals to feel clean, just 10 ingredients that do their job. And when you hold that bar in your hand, you're not just holding soap. You're holding hours of hand-poured effort, a legacy of simplicity, and a quiet rebellion against everything fake. Cut to a scene of the founder inspecting a new scent in a field. He rubs crushed pine between his fingers, lifts the bark to his nose, and closes his eyes. "We don't chase trends," he says. "We chase truth. If it doesn't come from the earth, it doesn't go into the bar." We listen to our customers, too. That's why new scents are field-tested, literally. Some didn't make the cut. Some were born in feedback threads, emails, and loyal fans who said, "What if?" That's the Squatch way. Real skin, real sweat, real feedback. Cut to a visual collage, men filming their first Squatch order, unboxing, sniffing the bar, holding it like a trophy, tossing old bottles in the trash. Voiceover returns firm and proud. You're not just a customer, you're part of the craft. Every bar you use is a vote. For quality, for nature, for self-respect. You're part of a movement that's pushing back one shower at a time. And no, not everyone gets it. Some people will keep grabbing the $3 bottle that dries their skin and clogs of pores. But you know better now. You felt the difference, and you'll never go back. Dr. Squatch, crafted with care, cured with purpose, delivered with pride. Your next bar's already waiting.